Y'all, what's up? Welcome in. Hi, my name's Jody Teresa. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. How these messages work, I am guided to share a little bit about my human journey and the process I'm moving through in becoming and being the more authentic version of me fully and completely. And then Mary Magdalene channels through for a message, channeled message, and Ascended Masters. So, you guys, I just did my 4th quantum energy session for a group, and they've been wonderful, amazing, really powerful, and what I'm realizing today is this aspect of self-sabotage that is coming up within me. That is a part of the self that, the ego, the subconscious mind, that programming that wants to keep me stuck, keep me small. When I was doing the group quantum session, for all of you that were there, thank you for being there. I have so much gratitude. But I forgot to hit record at the beginning. And when I realized I hit record, but I felt so much frustration with myself and irritation that I messed up like that. And I sat in meditation afterwards and I was like, how do I do this? Do I re-record the beginning that I missed? Like, it was a little bit, but just feeling bad because some of the people were just going to be watching the replay that purchased tickets. And what I heard was they're going to receive the whole healing. It's fine. But there's this like knot in my chest, and it's this self-judgment is what I'm hearing. And the judgment of myself feels debilitating. It's like not allowing me to access my clear yes and no. And it feels like a part of myself that is this self-sabotage, because if I could just trust, which I need to do, and I'm guided to do in this now moment, trust that it's all okay. And what I just heard is this reflection in the quantum is just showing me to trust myself more and surrender, which is what the divine feminine healing was a lot about, is this act of surrender and receiving. I received the answer that it's okay, and who the people who purchased the tickets, they're receiving the healing. And to let that go, like stop judging myself and stop anchoring in that anxiety frequency, because it's not helpful. And yeah, so seeing where I have been in a place of judgment so deeply in my past as well, where it would just prohibit me from taking steps forward. And that even was at the beginning of this journey. Like, I judged channeling Mary Magdalene for so long, and I didn't allow it to come through. And finally, when I did, the video that I really said yes to and did it was 10,000 views. And it's like, okay, me judging myself is this self-protecting mechanism, self-sabotage to keep me safe. So what I'm hearing is the next quantum group session is going to be on self-sabotage and how we stop ourselves from the growth, the next steps. Because now we have the divine feminine and the masculine in balance, have removed distortions, and it's going to be now into how are we self-sabotaging? Let's get that out of the way. So how are you self-sabotaging? Because this is a reflection, right? I am a sacred mirror of you. You're a sacred mirror of me. That's how these messages work. The quantum brought us together, magnetized this video, my share, into your experience, because somewhere you are self-sabotaging also. And the thing about the self-sabotage is it's very insidious. It's very sneaky. It's trying to keep us safe, but it comes up and pokes its head out in ways that we don't fully see right away, right? Because like at first I was just kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe that I did that, like beat myself up. And message, the guidance that I received was, it's okay, it's all fine. And to show me where I am not free because I'm hooking into that sabotage energy. So, and like fear's coming up. I'm launching this group program in November, and that's right around the corner. And this like, oh gosh, I'm stepping into a new level on my path, my purpose, this career, and it's very exciting, but it's also scary, and that's okay. But I'm going to be real about that. Like, new levels, new devils, right? We all have those stories that we tell ourselves that we're not good enough, and it's simply not true. And the path, the journey is to constantly look at them, those parts of self, acknowledge the fear, and stay rooted in your divine power, because our thoughts are things. We are not our thoughts. Those are programs that run, that have been there for a long time, and they're in the ancestral levels, past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes. They're weeded in within us so deeply. And not to say that we can't overcome them, but it is a constant process of being aware and saying, this isn't my truth, this isn't my reality, this is a programming that I choose to disengage from, right? I don't want this distortion to run my life, because it's simply not true. So, thanks for listening. And yeah, feels a little vulnerable, because I'm like, oh gosh, you know, the harder shares are, it's vulnerable. Like, none of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. And I think that's what I love about this community, is you guys want to see that we're not all perfect. You know, a lot of times we see on social media people saying like, how I made $3 million in 3 months. And it's like, oh, wait, what? You just did that? Okay, cool. Like, what am I missing? What do I need to do? And that's the journey of a human is messy when we are uncovering the distortions and getting rooted in our truth. It's not an easy task, and we signed up for this, and you're here because you're doing it. I'm here because I'm doing it. And the reward is great, and it's simultaneously terrifying. It's scary to surrender. To be in the divine feminine flow and energy is to follow what you feel guided to do in every now moment, where you don't necessarily have solid proof that it's going to work. It's that inner knowing, trusting that divine feminine wisdom and guidance. And I will share that, though, that I am living testimony. Saying yes to these group quantum sessions, I didn't think they were going to work, but I kept hearing to do them. I had only done one-on-one sessions, but I kept hearing to do them. And like, the feedback I get from the community that is signing up for these sessions is great. I mean, they feel it. So I'm trusting that, and I'm getting the yes by people joining. Like, if it wasn't in resonance, and if I didn't follow those steps, then I would still be where I was before, right? In that struggle and trying to figure things out. But I said yes, and I took the aligned action steps, and I surrendered, and I said, I'm going to do this. And the quantum field is supporting me in taking those action steps. So it's the same for you in however you feel guided to kind of, you know, it's like the Fool card in tarot, like taking the leap off. They're on a hike and they're taking a step, and you can't really tell in the card. It looks like they're gonna maybe like fall off a cliff, but the idea behind it is like they're taking a step and not really sure where they're going, but trusting that the universe has your back, the quantum field, because you're listening to your inner guidance, you will be supported. And that's what's happening for me. And that's what's happening for you. So, immense gratitude for all of you that see me, that reflect me, that support me in the comments. Like, some days are easier than others. And when I'm up against the parts of myself that want to keep me stuck, keep me small, those days are harder, but it's also incredibly rewarding to alchemize and move through those energies and say yes to myself and see where this wild ride adventure takes me. So let's see what Mary Magdalene has to say, because I'm sure she got something. She's probably gonna talk about me. I don't love when they talk about me, but I also know that I've watched other channelers and they do that. Like, they talk about the person who they're channeling through, and one of my clients pointed that out to me because I was like, man, this is uncomfortable. And yeah, she said, no, other channelers, that's what happens. And I was like, okay, thank you. And same thing with my mentor. It happens with her too. So, anywho, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. I love you guys. I'm going to be launching my monthly group membership. It's going to be in November. It's going to be it's going to be meditations that really help program and set you into your frequency of what you want to be creating, and allowing us to get out of the way, out of the doing, and more present in this moment, because that has been pivotal in my own growth, and I just feel inspired to do that for this community. And there's also going to be a weekly question and answer where we get together and just talk about what's up, because since this is a quantum reflection for all of us, we are likely, since these messages resonate for you, we're likely all going through similar things. So it's going to be supportive in growth for this community and container. And then it's going to be the group quantum energy healing sessions as well. So very excited about that. Nervous, but I'm saying yes. And okay, let's call in Mary Magdalene and the Ascended Masters. Removing any and all distorted light frequencies from the field, all levels, timelines, spaces. Thank you. Okay, I fully step aside and I allow Mary Magdalene to channel through me fully and completely. I fully step aside. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for being here. Yes, we are so happy that Jody listened to say yes to share this in this message, because the self-sabotage is a very real thing that all of you have manifest in your own way and reality, individually and uniquely to you. And the self-sabotage is this little whisper of doubt that you're doing something wrong. You are not doing anything wrong. Jody really judged herself for that mistake, but we want to say that it wasn't even a mistake. This moment taught her where she is too hard on herself. And we did tell her the quantum healing is just as powerful, even though the first part, a little bit, was not recorded. The quantum field, quantum healing takes place for those that receive even the first part that was missing. We told her that, and we are setting that intention for all who purchase and watch the replay. You are all so powerful, And we want you to see where the sabotage comes up in yourself and really be the detached observer of these patterns, of these thoughts. They are not you. They are programs. And part of this journey of becoming more fully and authentically embodied in yourself as your highest divine self in this human experience is to be so aware of the distortions within. And in the healing today, there was a awareness. A lot of the people that are in this group, Oversoul, have done a lot of work on themselves. And a lot of the distortions hooking in were from the collective distorted light matrix and ancestors, other people in your life. And those energies hook in, and so they were released, neutralized. But we want you to be aware of this with the sabotage as well, the self-sabotage that comes up. A lot of those storylines are not your own. They are programmed in from this matrix reality. This is in the school systems, the news, media. That's why it is so important to be so diligent with your energy, with what you're consuming and what you allow into your frequency. And you have the power and the ability to release these distortions. And for all of you, it may be different ways. It could be Reiki. It could be meditations. It can be breath work. Intention is everything. And if you feel guided to work with Jody, that is your answer. But we want you to really trust what feels right for you in releasing these distortions and becoming aware and alchemizing. Awareness is everything. That is your highest divine self, God's source within. Having the awareness, being the detached observer, is everything. Self-sabotage. Self-sabotage can look like planning to meditate every morning, but you hit snooze and say, I'm just so tired. That is the inner workings of the distortions winning. And we want to point out that you have the power to overcome and make a different decision. We want to bring in the quote from Albert Einstein, insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. It takes bravery, it takes courage to be aware of these patterns and distortions and to make different choices. And that's why the self-sabotage comes in, because it feels scary. Your nervous system, your mind, your energy body tries to stop these changes. But the most exciting part of this is that you get to look these distortions, these parts of self that want to stop you, in the face and say, no, I'm in the driver's seat now. And when you say yes to these changes, your life, your reality changes completely. Because you're saying yes to yourself. You're saying yes to that divine guidance, the divine feminine, channeling through you, expressing through you, and then aligning with the divine masculine within that is taking the aligned action steps. So this distortion energy of the self-sabotage is a programming of the mind to keep you safe. It's Programming on many levels, we should say. And don't beat yourself up about this. Just be aware. Like, how would you treat a child? You're going to be kind, you're going to be loving, firm and consistent. Kind, loving, firm, and consistent. So when you see these distortions come up, having boundaries with yourself, being kind, being loving, saying that's not reality, that's just a distorted thought. And then the boundary is, I'm going to move forward anyways. That's the firm. And consistent is showing up for yourself and saying yes to this divine energy that wants to channel through you and guide you in every now moment. This divine, highest divine self energy that is you, expressing through you. It is more uncomfortable to resist this energy and to be in the self-sabotage because it creates anxiety and fear further. But for all of you here, that anxiety and fear is familiar because this matrix reality suppresses the expression, the channeling of your divine energy by putting you in fear. Questioning, self-doubt, the self-sabotage here. So the ever unfolding process of becoming a more fully embodied, authentic human rooted in your truth is not easy, but it is very rewarding, and we want to encourage you to keep going. Be gentle with yourself. We feel this is complete. We love you, we love you, we love you. Until next time, thank you for being here, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay. Feeling a bit vulnerable, but that's okay. Thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the support. I wouldn't be here if you weren't here. Period. I wouldn't be here if I said yes, didn't say yes to listening to this call. And yeah, my life really is like so magical. Like the doubts, the self-sabotage, when I like see it and move past them, I'm rewarded in the quantum field. So the living testimony of my experience, my life, I am just excited to share it and use it as inspiration for all of you, because you're doing it too, and just keep going. Yeah, I feel really excited and a lot lighter right now. So yeah, a lot of gratitude, really so much gratitude. I got a case of the gratefuls. Okay, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.